Good morning! Claire here in the Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound area, Grow Zone 8B, and it is May. It's officially May. It's May the 4th today, to be precise, so if you're a nerd, May the 4th be with you. I have been just so impressed with all the things that have been popping up in the garden, and I'm just giddy with it, honestly. So I can't wait to share with you all the updates that come along with me. So last week, I did not measure, but I put a piece of tape on where they were after I made last week's video, so that I could measure where they grew from there to there. So let me see, from here to here, that is 11 inches in 1 week for this allium, coming to a total of, let's see here, 35 inches. That's pretty impressive, 11 inches in 1 week. And then we have this one that it was at, or here, let's see. It was at this mark. And this one has grown about 9 inches. That's pretty incredible. And a total height of 41 inches. Wow. Okay. And then now we have this one. And this one has grown significantly since last week. It must be in the golden spot of the flower bed. And let's see here. At this mark last week, it was, and it's grown, it has grown 18 inches in 1 week. Let's see here. Total height for this is about 51 inches. That's pretty crazy. At this point, it may not continue to grow higher because this one already has the little buds at the top where it might open up soon. So this might be as high as it gets, but I'm going to mark it here and we will see what it does next week. Here is this view of the lavender and bulb garden. And as you can see, the tulips have had their heyday, and a couple of them have already lost some petals. And our bluebells, thankfully, are still beautiful, but they'll probably peak this week and just be done. One thing that I'm really excited over here, besides the alliums back here in the background, is this right here. This is that Jerusalem sage, and it makes these little, like, kind of yellow poof balls up on a stalk that just goes up and up. So as you can see, there's already the start of one here and the start of a second one. So I'm curious how many more it will send off since it's the first year of growing it. But I've seen them with like rows and rows of them going up a large stalk. So that will be really cool. And then our lilies, these are tiger lilies here, are coming up and getting taller than they were even last year. And they've already put off some new shoots down here at the bottom. So that's exciting to me because I was really excited about these last year. And some other varieties of lilies are coming up that are a little bit more on the shorter side. But here we go. And then I always forget the name of that, but it has like a little pink, little fuzzy thing, kind of like a, what is it, agastache kind of plant, but I don't know if it's in the same family. And our foxglove is sending up a shoot here, so we will see how tall that gets. Maybe I should start measuring that. And then and then we've got several different gladiolas putting their little heads up right here, so that's exciting. We're gonna have some tall, pretty, colorful things up here in just a little while, even though that the tulips have lived their best life, and probably I'll cut them down next week. But I will leave the greenery, because if you leave the greenery, that's what produces the flower bulb for the next year. I forgot to show you guys last week, but in this sea of bluebells, there's like one random white one. So I don't know if it's albino or if it's just a one random little bulb of whatever I call these bluebells that have popped up right there. I forgot to show these off. These are sweet peas, and I put them in like a month ago, and I feel like they're not going very quickly. It feels like that was how it was last year also, so we'll just see about that. But also right there, that little viney looking plant, I had planted a clematis bulb thing right there. So I want that to grow up over this trellis and hopefully get big and bushy or branchy. I'm not sure, but I'm excited for that. Hopefully we'll have purple all over this thing at the end of the year. I had to show off these beautiful columbines again because I have never seen this particular variety. So I'm definitely saving seeds from this. I love how fluffy and bushy that they are. They're like a dainty little ballerina dress. I have a few roses that are teasing us with their petals of what they'll come to be very, very soon. Is this not the most beautiful columbine you have ever seen? Like, this is what I'm used to them looking like, but I love this white center with the blue outside outline star pattern, and like their little pointy things back there. They just look like a fairy should be wearing it for a hat, and it looks especially adorable here in the center of all these bluebells. And here is this row garden that I really haven't planted up quite like I thought I would. I'm kind of saving some space because very soon it will be Mother's Day, and that is pretty much like the go light to plant whatever you want to out here, because you know you're not going to have any more, should not have any more frost or super low temperatures. But here are the dahlias from the tubers that got some more popping up here in some various places. And our we have the radishes right there here, and there's more. There most of them are doing really well down here at this kind of in row right here for whatever reason. So we'll have some radishes soon. And here is the peas, carrots, and beets row. And I had an exciting surprise with this. I noticed this yesterday and over there, and I had a shock when I saw the chickens disturbing. As you can see, the grass is the dirt is darker because the chickens just disturbed a bunch of areas in the garden. They escaped and got in here, but I'm so glad they did not tear up my little beet starts, and they're all along there and on the opposite side. And then here is some fun surprises. Here's some carrots, little carrot sprouts, and some more little carrot sprouts right here. So I thought these things might not come up. I always think that until I see it. I'm definitely a see it to believe it kind of gardener. I don't have any faith ever in anything coming up, and then it does almost every time. So I don't know what my deal is. I've got trust issues. So if you grow from seed, you know something that's exciting is seeing the little seedlings pop up. But the second most exciting thing is when you start seeing them develop their second leaves, because those are their true leaves, and you know that they are getting established and going to do well. This is that Bells of Our Ireland again. And so I'm really excited to see some starts of some new permanent leaves here. I almost missed this, but here's a cute little yellow snapdragon that has opened up fully here, and it is just so adorable. It's hiding inside here, but we're going to have even more of those. And we also have our first really tall ones opening up here, and that is such an excitement because all of these have little buds on top. So this is about to be just full of color here in a little bit. Here is the yarrow, and oh my gosh, it's getting so tall. There's so many blooms on deck. I cannot wait for them to open up. I'm going to plant even more. I got like a variety pack of yarrow of all different colors, and I'm going to put that probably in this spot over here. That's a different variety of yarrow, and it didn't do really well last year, even though it came back this year. I just would like more of the tall variety stuff. This week, Katana wanted us to get this for her, so we did, and she wanted to put it right in the middle of garden, and it's such a little little bit of whimsy out here. Since I have all of these volunteer sunflowers, and they're already putting out their true leaves as well, got some over there, I am going to go ahead and plant out my sunflower seeds in these beds again for this year. And here is our massive ancient chestnut tree, horse chestnut tree. And what I love about it so much is these big, giant flower poof things that are beautiful for just a short period of time before they drop all those horrible, horrible horse chestnut balls in the fall. But aren't they pretty? Here's even closer. I like their little pink centers. Thanks for sticking around to see what we've gotten into this week. Now that it is May, I feel that urge to just go and get so much stuff done. So don't be surprised if you see more of me lately, or upcoming, I should say. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.